amongst the team at Prepare Patriot, we just wanted to give you kind of an after-action report of our experience at fighting rifle with not James Yeager. James was actually on the road teaching some other classes in different states, and we ended up having Lewis and Uncle Jerry as our instructors, which was a good time. Some people say that Uncle Jerry is Matt's dad. We won't go there. They look so much similar. So in our experience, we're going to go through and talk to you a little bit about what you can expect, some things that you can do to help you prepare for the class, and then some things that we learned during the class, and then kind of some closing thoughts. So let's start with the first thing. Let's talk about what can we do to prepare us for class before you get there. I'm going to start by saying the first thing you should do before you go to class, you should go to James Yeager's site, and you should look at his pre-class instructions, go through everything on the list, and print it out if you need to, and take a little pencil and write check marks behind all the gear that he recommends that you have for your class to make for the best experience. Now, he does say some things in that thing that I think people tend to ignore. Like, one, you should zero your rifle before you get there.
Yep,
I think you should have a rifle that's ready to go. You shouldn't have to mess with it. On that line, you want to give them another point there, Matt, of something else they should have in order before they ever get to class?
Just their general gear.
Yeah.
So if you're running a chest rig or a plate carrier, have that stuff put together and have it ready to roll.
And the tags off of it.
Have worn it before class.
Get it adjusted. It should not detract from your class. You don't have to have it for class. It's perfectly fine if you want to come in with a chest rig or a plate carrier and you want to run through the class with that. It's okay. It's not a problem. But you should not let that detract from what your learning experience is in class.
Yeah.
You should have all that stuff in order before you ever get there.
And you really want to have your purpose kind of outlined. Like, what am I?
And Jared, you want to hit on that? Like something you should think about?
What are you trying to accomplish by going to this class? What is your purpose, your intent? What do you want that outcome to be? Yeah. And another gear-related thing that I'll throw out there is, if you have the capability, and not everybody does, but if you have capability, take it backups.
Yep.
Like, I ran 2 different rifles. One, I wanted to run my own rifle, and then I also wanted to
test another rifle.
Okay, so that in essence was a backup.
Yep.
Fortunately, Patrick's wife was running the class, and we had a backup rifle for her.
And she needed it.
And she needed it.
And it's literally this, right? And this is what Jared's getting to. If your rifle goes down, you should not take the time to mess with it. I know that's going to kill you guys. You're going to be like, but I want my rifle. Just put that rifle away, get your backup out, and get back in the class. You can always tinker with that rifle later. You can always adjust stuff and do stuff later, but don't let it detract from your experience and what you're trying to learn while you're there. That's the important part. Is getting the experience, taking the time to learn listen and soak the stuff up, and then take notes, guys. Like, you're paying for a class, write this stuff down. Like, you're gonna want to go home and train it and practice it later. You might as well write it down.
Write it down.
If you're taking a class from us, we advise the same, right? You're paying us to teach you stuff. You should probably write down. If you think it's important enough to pay us to be there, you should probably think it's important enough to write it down.
And here's the one thing you think, I'll write it down after,
or I'll remember it,
No, it's so much information in a short period of time that there's no way. Take the time to write the drills down. Take the time to write down the purpose of the drills, and that way you can look back at it later and say, "Oh yeah, I remember why we done that now." And a lot of you will be surprised because you'll go back and read those notes and say, "Oh, I forgot about that already."
Yep.
You know, and like for me, from my perspective, going to this class, I've always been a hunter, a long distance shooter. Not a lot of
fighting,
quick fire, not a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was more for sustaining. You get that animal on the ground, then you can eat.
Right.
Type stuff. So one of the things that I took away from this class, which I'm just tickled to death with, is the stock on the ARs. Yeah, everybody likes to pull them out first thing. Yeah, put that sucker all the way forward. That allows you to get that fighting stance and access multiple targets quicker and all. It was that to me was my biggest takeaway.
Learning to square yourself.
To square yourself up, because it's something from, and a lot of it's the other types of rifles that I'm used to shooting don't have those adjustable stocks and everything, so it kind of limits you. And, a big thing that allowed me to do that was I went in, like we go into all our classes, with an open mind.
Yep.
And we say that to you guys when you come to us. Come with an open mind.
You can be a phenomenal rifle shooter. You can know a lot about long distance shooting. You can know a lot about hunting, and it does not prepare you to fight. And it does not prepare you to learn how to manipulate a rifle tactically. And that's the hard part for people to kind of separate. It's two different things. Sure, I can go hunt with this. I'm not sure that I would hunt all things with it, but I could probably take any of these rifles and go hunting. And you can fight with a hunting rifle, but they're kind of built for two different things. It's kind of a whole different process in the mind. And I know somebody's head's about to explode because I'm telling you, hunting. No, listen, we keep this to fight away tyrants. That's what it's for. We keep this to take so that nobody can make me bend to their will. I have to consent to whatever you're wanting to do to me. And that's why we keep rifles. That's why we fight with rifles, because they're the best thing we have to fight with, right? So another thing that I learned and I would recommend to you guys, if you are an alumnus of Tactical Response and you've taken a class there before and you haven't stayed in the team room, there's a lot of connections. There is a lot of brotherhood that you miss out on. There's a lot of after class stuff that you're not getting. There's a whole big part missing if you only go to the class and you leave and go stay at the hotel. Right. If you're an alumnus and you haven't, now James is one of the most generous dudes I know, and he offers out his home for people that are training with him, and you can come down and stay in the team room if you are an alumnus and you want to and you're paying to take a class there. He's generous enough to let you stay there. You should do that. If you don't, you really miss out, guys, on like a whole bunch of friendships. And
I know we have
like just a
several
whole
friends from multiple trips.
Networking that you build there with good, like-minded people, guys that you're going to like, that you want to hang with. Matt, you want to talk about something maybe you learned in class that you want to pass?
Sure. So number one is just running the AK, the AKM. The ODS 1775 was my blaster of choice for class. So just kind of getting used to manipulating the AK. That was a great learning experience. Number two would have been actually training with a plate carrier on, and learning that your purchase or where the gun needs to be on your body may change depending on what you're wearing. And
you learn just how heavy that equipment is. And I hope you guys are a little bit more sympathetic to officers now that are carrying around a bunch of gear and lots of stuff, and military guys who are carrying big plate carriers and lots of equipment and gear. If you spend a day in that stuff, it changes your perspective.
Absolutely.
And the last thing is, I feel like I got much more confident in shooting, moving, and communicating. So that was drilled a bunch in the class. So.
Yep. Overall experience was positive. We really enjoyed the class, and anytime we can get up to train with Tactical Response, we enjoy it, and we always look forward to those. It's kind of like our company team building.
Yeah.
We get to go up there and spend time together, because a lot of times we don't see each other a whole bunch. We're teaching classes on our own and running different things, and it's hard for us to actually get time to come spend the time and train together, and that's one way we can force ourselves to do it, is continuing our own education up there. And getting some time in with good people that maybe give us a little different perspective than what we're used to.
And I would say it's really cool, really awesome watching people grow.
Oh man, right? Yeah, and it was a different experience. I would say this time as well, being in a little different mindset, not just seeing it as a student, but as an instructor. We try to put the student hat on and we try to see the whole thing, but to me, it's always fun to watch other instructors instruct. You get to see a whole different backside of how things are going and what they're doing and how they're handling different things. And to me, it's a learning experience just to watch other professionals like Jerry and Lewis doing the job. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing how other guys teach. And you might pick up that little nugget here and there that really helps you get the point across to somebody else. And we're all about helping people, and I think that's the big thing about it. So if you're in Tennessee, we hope you guys go out and train with Tactical Response. We hope that you can get out there and see those guys. If you're in North Carolina and you'd like to train with us, we're at preparepatriotnc.com. You can check us out, Prepare Patriot NC, across the board on all the social media and all that things. Overall, it's a great experience. Jerry, any parting thoughts on Tactical Response?
The big thing for us, we're instructors, but we're still going out and training.
Always.
And you got to commit to always training, always trying to be a better you.
Yep. Matt, any parting words?
I would say just an awesome brotherhood. You already touched on it a little bit, but just a super group of folks out there in Camden, Tennessee. From the staff that works in Camden Plumbing and Electric. Joey and Marilyn.
Marilyn's
to
awesome.
the instructors, they're all top notch. They all bring a different flavor. And but once you're an alumnus of Tactical Response, you can choose to be part of a family that means a little bit more. They do awesome things for their community, Toys for Tots, all kinds of fundraisers, raising money for folks that are sick. No better people than what you'll find out there. So,
unless you want to come hang out with us, and then you can come hang out with this group of people and join. If you're in North Carolina, especially, come join us. We'd love to have you here. We'd love to build that team and have that group of people that we can lean on each other, be a mutual assistance group, help each other out whenever we need it. That's kind of what our whole company was built on, was helping other people. It's not really about us. It's about you becoming a better version of you. So we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you train with us and also Tactical Response. We recommend them highly if you haven't. I mean, we pay to train there ourselves, so that should tell you how much we recommend it. Until next time, we hope you carry smart, carry safe, and be prepared. Thanks, guys.